Why? Only for the real radio. Do that over with. Why? Only for the real radio, the Supreme Podcast. And thank you, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with Bundoza. And you know he appreciate that shit, man. It's been a while. Happy New Year. Black History Month. Let's not worry about those things that we miss. We can see through the grief of y'all missing us. But we back now, man, so just enjoy that. You know how we kick off every episode of the Supreme Podcast. If you don't know, now you do. It's in the news. And most importantly this week, because we didn't have this time off, y'all know, everybody already know, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. Gigi Bryant, and the 7 other people lost in that helicopter crash. So most importantly, you know what I'm saying, even though it's R.I.P. all the guys, we're going to give a moment of silence to everybody lost in that crash. Everybody we love that we lost. Give them a quick 8-second pause. Man, let's get back to it, man. So you already know we kick it off with that in the news shit. So this week I wanted to kick it off with that what's shorty name? The Young QC. They call him a rapper, but that's not that's just offensive. That's shorty from the Reawakenings, man. Kwame Young. Hold on, let me look it up. I ain't gonna be like that. Let me pause it. Why? Only for the real radio, the Supreme Podcast, and I want to thank you. No, that ain't never me. Why? Only for the real Why? Only for the real radio, the Supreme Podcast, and thank you, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with Bundoza, and he appreciate that shit, man. Let's do it over, because I can just do it anytime I want. Why? Only for the real radio, the Supreme Podcast, and thank you, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with Bundoza, and he appreciate that shit, man. And you already know the Bears pick Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. How fucking stupid. But I digress. I want to thank y'all. Happy New Year. Black History Month. It's been a while. We had to take a little break. No excuses. Now it's no days off. So we going to get back to them Thursdays. Get back to everything you love. Only for the real. So salute to my homie Rex. He's still holding it down with the Street Certified Podcast. You can check that out Mondays, 10 a.m. on YouTube. Whenever on Only for the Real Radio. On Mondays, though, it's dropping. So just, if you listen to, however you check it out, thank you. Keep supporting it. It's growing. He doing his thing. So we going to get back to what we do here, man. And before I get into the whole thing, I just want to salute Kobe Bean Bryant, man. And I want to give, I want to salute Kobe Bean Bryant, his daughter Gigi Bryant. You know, Kobe was a big figure growing up where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Before the internet was everything and all that, Kobe was a superhero. He was the man. And it's just tragic how he lost his life, his young daughter, and the 7 others in that tragedy. And we also want to never forget all the guys, OFNG, on 4 them graves. So we're going to give an 8-second pause to everybody out there we love that we lost. But most importantly, we're going to, put them at the forefront right now, because this is the moment, man. Kobe, Gigi Bryant, and the 7 others lost in the helicopter crash. So 8-second pause. Man, so you know how we kick off every episode of the Only for the Real Radio, the Supreme Podcast, man. It's in the news. So I want to kick it off with Kwame Willson, a.k.a. Young QC. No one knew him as that. Just dude from the Reawakenings, really. And if you don't know, Shorty was the guy that contracted a hitman to come kill his mama so he can get the insurance money. Then he had the video that went viral on YouTube. He was at Chase, busting down the Benz, letting them fly. Like, just, man, I thought he was up, though. You know what I'm saying? It was a time where, you know, everybody was finessing, doing their thing. So, you know, but he took it to the extreme. So, he finally got his sentencing date last week, this week, some week. But whenever he did, Judge hit his ass with the 99 years. Now, he said he loved his mama. She was the only one there for him. Blase, blase, my boy. God damn. God damn. Like, even if you hate your mama, you lost. Like, you got the 99. They gave the killer 100. Like, you at least get this nigga 150. Like, you gonna give me 99. God damn. On appeal. Like, God damn. Did this nigga tell? Did he say I did this shit? Y'all hit him with 190? Like, God damn, he didn't even get a better deal than me? Like, what the fuck? But, man, whatever the case, I ain't gonna never say a nigga deserve jail, but the ultimate judgment, man, like, you know, no matter what your parents put you through or none of that, you can't kill your mama, nigga. You can't have niggas, man, you can't have niggas pop at a crib, none of that. You pull up and do that shit to your mama, man, you bitch ass nigga. They probably in there, man, doing all types of disgusting shit to that man. So, you know, his judgment coming. But until then, 99 years, Kwame Willson. Don't call him a rapper, dude, from the Reawakenings. God damn. Man, and I heard the other day, and the seventh topic we going to get into tonight, man, I heard about my boy L. Hitta, man. They I don't know what's going on, man, so I need insight. Like, I hate to say it's in the news, but I'm just putting that shit out there. Like, man, if you know something about it, hit us up at Only for the Real. Hit me up at Only for the Real on Twitter. Bundoza_. You know, the other Twitter. You hit me up on Instagram at Only for the Real. Facebook at Only for the Real. Whatever. Like, what's up with bro? Like, he just sitting here talking about he dropped out the shit and Bo Deal. Like, it's real vague and shit, but that's fucked up. Like, I ain't gonna front my shit. I really, really, really rock with Shorty shit. Like, he had a couple songs where, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, I think because of his first song being so cold, where it was like, it went to the radio and everything, getting played, all that shit. Like, you don't allow a nigga to grow after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shorty still had, and I like the growth music and shit, but I don't know. You know how this shit go, man. Niggas won't hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, and it just don't go that way. And I started off the inner news with the Kobe and Gigi, and that was supposed to be the third topic, but like, I'm late taping this because, you know, I've been bullshitting, putting it together, and I wanted to get this game together, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself just to get the ball rolling. God damn, why the Bears picked this nigga, Mr. Trubisky? Now, he can't never succeed. Patrick Mahomes got a Super Bowl win. He probably was Super Bowl MVP. He probably is because I ain't checked. It's just, like, as much as I'm so happy for Andy Reid, because I used to love when he coached the Eagles and they had Donovan McNabb and, man, like, they just could have done it so all them times, and they just didn't. And then they did it without him with Nick Foles and dude ass. And now he did it without, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Patrick Mahomes, like, he could have been a Chicago Bear, man. Like, and I ain't even the biggest Bear fan doing it, but I'm the realest nigga in Chicago. Fuck you talking about? But I love the city and shit. Like, so I can't help but, like, kind of be passionate about, like, the Bears doing something. Like, come on, man. Like, how the fuck did this happen? Like, god damn. At least when we in the NFC, if we had Deshaun Watson, maybe we'd have been there. God damn. Jimmy Garoppolo look like shit. Jimmy Garoppolo, like, god damn. At least sign Tom Brady or something. I know he old as fuck, but we got to do something, my niggas. We have to do something. Mitch Trubisky was the second overall pick over guys like Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, many others. God damn, I hate the Bears, man. And just like that, man, you already know how we kick off every episode of the Supreme Podcast. It's got to be in the news, baby. So we get back. We're going to move on to the topic of the night. Should be very entertaining. I wish the gang was here, but I'm just going to give you my insight because it should be good enough. It should suffice. You know where you hear the realest at, man. Only for the Real Radio, baby. Only for the Real Radio, the Supreme Podcast, and we back in this bitch, man. Well, I'm back in this bitch, the B-Dozer, Bundoza, the realest. Man, I don't even call myself. I don't even do all that shit, but it is the Dozer. He and this motherfucking man, and I just wanted to talk about like, hold on, let me get into it. Only for the Real Radio, the Supreme Podcast, and we back in this bitch, man. And the topic of the night I wanted to discuss are the best stories seen and told. And I'm gonna get to how I got to this and shit. Like, man, like I'm gonna give y'all a few I'm just gonna give you a quick few stories and shit. Not right now, but just explaining why some of the best shit is told and not actually seen on YouTube, seen on Instagram. Like, the advent of technology does make it cool to actually see these shit, see some of the rawest shit in real time. But a couple weeks ago, I was preparing for the Street Certified podcast with my nigga Rex, and he was like, man, today in today's time, if you don't see it, it ain't even got the same validity type shit. Ooh. And I was trying to argue that shit, and I'm like, man, you kind of right. You right though, you know what I'm saying? Because at any given time, a motherfucker got a phone now, and it's like they catch everything now, like nothing slip. Like, they got some type of clip, some type of after shot of a nigga running off, or motherfucking the last punch of that bitch, or a nigga leaking, motherfucker got a chain or something. Like, in this world today, there was a clip of that shit somewhere, some type of after shot, some type of response or whatever, like something that's confirming it. But I was arguing with bro about, like, man, but not really. And later on, like, I don't know why it stuck with me. Like, after I left his crib and shit, we just was talking about it. Then I bailed. And I thought about that shit. I'm like, man, in my eyes, still ain't still. Like, I love a motherfucker that can tell me a great story. Like a great story. Like, if you motherfucking, I can decipher what I might believe true and what ain't true, but to animate that shit, like, some people, seeing that shit cool, but it's certain shit that's probably even cooler being described to you. And that's what I mean by some of the best shit is seen and told rather than motherfucking actually caught on tape and shit. Like, world championships and sports and shit, who the fuck want to hear you describing how cold that shit was? Like, yeah, especially when we was there, like, the atmosphere and shit like that. Like, that's the type of shit a motherfucker want to hear about, like, your experience on it. But shit that everybody's seeing shit, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck want to see that? You know what I'm saying? Like, knocking a motherfucker out, hell yeah. No, you know, in certain instances, motherfucker definitely want to see it. But you know how animated a motherfucker, like, how great a recap from a nigga that's seen it firsthand and then telling you in animation, like, that's so, like, I don't know. As much as I love to see a good ass fight on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that shit, I love to hear about it from a nigga with the animation. Like, man, dude, duck, bing, 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 his ass ball up. We on his ass, stump his ass out. His ass roll over. Ooh, try to get him put under the car. No. Folks, don't run him over. You gonna bend the rim. Bing, 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 bing. We drag his ass from under that. Folks, 12 coming. Boy, we jumping them bitches. Boy, motherfucker, stashing at 30. You know, all type, like, that's the best type of storytelling. And I'm a get to why I made this the topic. Now, the other day, like, motherfucking just be on the Facebook and just flexing, really. Like, I be around this shit. I'm gonna put that shit out there. We illegal now. Everybody I know got good ass weed. We gonna put that shit out there. We gonna show that shit off. You know what I'm saying? We gonna flex whenever we got it. We gonna flex around it. We gonna do whatever. And just not even that, just on some funny shit. So, shout out to my nigga Gerber, baby, man. That's what I used to call bro in high school. That was my nigga. He's still my nigga to this day. He's my nigga out of high school. Bro he just a little too wild. But bro he reminded me of something. And it's a story I told many times, like, just in a smoke circle anywhere, like in the birds, wherever the fuck I'm at around people and shit, and you see a motherfucker might be thirsty for some weed, and you not trying to really put the emphasis on him about that shit. So you tell a little story or some shit about a time or whatever, and not just in that instance, just telling the story or whatever. It's a funny ass story. So my nigga, it was me, my nigga Sean, my nigga Beto, and my nigga Gerber, and Sean cousin. So we all put in for like 4 bags of dro. So this like senior year, me and bro and them, these gonna be like the last couple of times we actually kick it all together. And at that time, at 17 years old, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? These was my niggas. We done been through this shit 4 years together and shit. And a lot of these niggas I still talk to this day. I see a couple of them in real life, and a lot of them we still in tune on the social media and shit. But at the time, you don't even think of it like that. But not to even get sidetracked. We smoking all these bitches, and we get to the point at the last motherfucking Kush blunt, the Dro blunt. It wasn't even Kush at this time. It was Dro. So motherfucking, it's like the duck on the last one. So everybody sitting there like, we probably all gonna hit that bitch once. We gonna look out for each other and shit. So Sean, little cousin, he get that bitch. He hit that bitch. Now, shorty hitting that bitch. He get the shaking and shit like a rocket blast, and I was just shaking like, motherfucker looking at us like, man, what the fuck? Shorty, stop hitting that bitch like that. Like, it's enough drags on that bitch for everybody in the park, nigga. Like, what the fuck is you doing? But you know, at the time and shit, we all really high as hell. Just, you know, motherfucker want to get to that next level type shit. Want to feel everything that's supposed to be coming our way. Everybody is looking at this nigga like, I swear before Jesus Christ, there was no duck to throw after that. Like, he hit it until it disappeared. Then he like inhaled all the smoke, burped it out. Then motherfuckers like, we all looked around and shit like in dissatisfaction. By this time I was smoking cigarettes and shit. So I'm like, man, bro, flame the square. So motherfucker, we sitting there and shit. So me and bro get to tweaking me. I think it was me and Big Sean and shit. I'm like, boy, I'm high as hell. So everybody else, you know, we shorty this shit so everybody else get to making the proclamation and shit like, yeah, I'm high as hell, I'm high as hell. Shorty who just made this motherfucking duck disappear, look around and shit, eyes low as hell, talking some shit, I'm decent. Everybody looked at his head like, hey, cause we all angry on the inside. Like, motherfuckers ain't even speak on it 2 days later, cause you know me, I'm petty. I'm like, man, bro, shorty ass just hit that bitch till it disappeared. Woo, woo, woo. So, motherfucking, on some I Am Legend shit, whenever me and Beto link up, we got around some hoes, we around some whatever, me and my nigga Gerber link up, whatever. Gee, this story somehow 15 years later, it still fucking pop up. So the other day I'm on Facebook and I post that shit, my nigga Gerber, he hit me like, you remember that time we was smoking it? And shorty hit that blunt and it disappeared. So I instantly messaged all the guys, I screenshot the message and shit, I'm like, bro, this the type of shit that even on tape, like on tape 15 years later, it wouldn't be that like magnificent. But just like how I told y'all, like shorty was shaking, hitting that bitch actually disappeared. But in the moment of seeing it, like damn shorty, you were fucking hype. Like that's what made that shit better, man. Like everybody love Family Guy. Everybody love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking the pita and the fucking chicken fighting, like that shit be so hilarious. Like how long they be going. Sometimes they'll fight around the town. I actually seen a fight like that, but it's not. If I would have taped it, it wouldn't have been as magnificent because you weren't there. Like you just been seeing it. Like these two niggas bitches and they fighting for a long ass time and fat homie just got tired and shorty just ended up just abusing him because the fat nigga got tired. But it wasn't like that. Like. Just like Peter and that chicken, like they just came out the gate. My nigga D-Boy, and I ain't gonna say my nigga Aaron, but Aaron, it was a nigga that lived down the street from us, and we used to always just get into it with the nigga. But these niggas fought literally for 3 hours straight. And I don't know how this was possible, because Aaron was a big nigga. He still probably big as hell to this day, but he fought this nigga for 3 hours straight. Up and down every block between Michigan and King Drive from 98th really to 95th. The fight ended on 96 and 4th in the alley. Cause Big Aaron, like D-Boy, he was working it. He worked D-Boy ass all up and down Prairie. All up and down like the half a block in Indiana they went. All up and down 4th. Then they ended in the alley and shit. So Big Homie, he tied. D-Boy ass, see the tiredness in him, attack him. But it was like, I can't really describe it now because I'm old as hell and it happened. So this shit happened even longer than the motherfucking 15 years I was speaking about the nigga making the blunt disappear. But at the time, being able to describe that shit, You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's much better than seeing it because you just saw it and it's just too long. But in the moments and all the rest of that shit, the momentum swift and like niggas went to the store, bought food and shit, came back to like these niggas still fighting. Oh yeah, they still getting it on. Ooh, they fighting with sticks and shit. Like like man, this shit was some real life WWF type shit. But it's like again, it probably wasn't some shit that you want to see on tape. And the last one I had documented that I thought about, and it probably don't fit the narrative as well, but it's a story that probably, you know, and if you would have saw the video, it probably would have been even as epic, but it's like better when a nigga tell a story. And now everybody who in the story I mentioned and shit, like, I ain't no longer with the gang and no shit like that, niggas, bitches, and all the rest of that shit. But at the time, though, everybody, we was all on the same mission. So before Only for the Real Radio was mobile, we was able to just plug a mic up and go to the office and do this shit, or a motherfucker sitting at somebody else's crib, sitting on the front porch with an iPad. However we was doing this shit after this, we used to have to go up north. So motherfuckers used to, like, a lot of the rappers at the time felt like this was the safest way. Like, it was decent to get out the hood. Like, motherfucker ain't had to slide on cottage, motherfucker ain't had to slide, you know, nowhere. Like, we just going up north. So they'll meet us there. Sometimes for a bigger name, a nigga need a rap, motherfucker sliding. So this was after LA had died and shit. Motherfucker had fucked with Tay heavy and shit. Like, I still fuck with Tay music and all the rest of that shit on the rap side. Like, I don't know about the other shit and all the rest of that shit because that ain't got shit to do with me. But folks that like, man, I need a rap. Motherfucker him get me off the low end. Woo, woo, woo. Now we pull up. I got I got one of the ops in the car. He one of the ops now. So I'm just gonna say the op in the car. Then it's Tato. And I can't remember who else was in the car. I think it was just Tato. But motherfucking, we pulling up, we calling bro. So bro answered the phone. He like, I'm right here with I'm coming downstairs. So we pull up on this block. We get to the corner of bro block. Motherfucker's supposed to bust a left. So I'm so high, I'm tweaking and shit. I'm like, I bust a right. So I'm like, I gotta bust a U. I bust a U. As soon as I bust a U, I had do. Motherfucker, I'm so high, I'm just sitting there, I'm stopped the car and shit. Like, man, what the fuck, where that shit come from? They nigga, that shit come from behind us. I see about 1 million motherfucking BDs running from every direction and shit. So I stopped the car and shit. I'm, man, where the fuck is that shit coming from? They, bro, go. I got kids, Now, in the moment and shit, like, once a motherfucker told me, like again, I like, man, that ain't my finest moment, but it's better seen, it's better told than seen in my perspective. It's better, from my perspective, it's better told than seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't your finest moment, but you can dress it up, you can animate that shit, not more than changing the facts of history, but adding a little flair, adding a little spin to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the shit that people pass down and the stories people tell, if you were to actually see it with your own two eyes and not be able to get that in the moment feel, like, a lot of the shit we see ain't really that spectacular, to be truth be told, but it's the way you felt, your perspective on it. But you know what I'm saying? With a raw video, everybody is able to evoke their own emotion, and that's true and that's cool. But you not able to put your spin on it unless you added it, and you able to motherfucker get multiple takes, and it's supposed to be the type of angle you want to get that type. Now, it don't happen that way. In storytelling, you able to get that shit, like how big the knot was and how fast the swing was, and if the nigga ducked and if he grabbed the bottom and bust this shit, how that sounded and shit, and the reaction from the crowd and shit, and when you had to run up probably down that scrape a nigga, you know, like, that's all your shit. So a lot of shit is better seen than told, and that's just the perspective of the Dozer, man. If you feel different, let a nigga know something, man. You could hit us up at Only for the Real on Instagram and Only for the Real on Twitter, OFOTI Radio on Twitter, at Bundoza _ on Twitter, because we do that there. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, Only for the Real. So you got some stories you want to keep. You got some shit you want to share and you feel like it's better told than seen for other people, hit us up, man, because I feel like it's an important topic, and I think with, like I said, with the boom forward with technology in today's times, like, we losing that valuable storytelling aspect. So it's all got to be visual now, and it don't have to be that way. We got niggas, the orders like the Dozer that can get to you fresh. So if you don't know When we get back, we gonna get in tune with them 4 useless facts, because that's how we do it here at the Supreme Podcast. Only for the real radio, baby. You already know information. I don't know who the fuck is racing. We already at the finish line with the flag waving. It's only for the Real Radio Supreme Podcast. And before we get up out of here, you already know how I end this shit, man, each week. And I don't give a fuck if it been over 6 months, 6 years, 6 decades. If I tell you it's the Supreme Podcast when this bitch in, I'm giving you some knowledge, just the 4 useless facts. And I should have did something more specialized, and I think before the month ends, I'm going to do that for the people. I'm not going to waste the whole Black History Month giving you the useless facts. I think since the last 2 years we've been doing the show, I was like, in February, we can't get wasted useless. We ain't giving them useless. We got to give them something they can use, something they can feel early. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is as useless as it is, like, to niggas who ain't going to Norway. It's useless to niggas in Chicago, but it's useful to my niggas in Norway. It is forbidden to die. Hold on. So the first useless fact this week is forbidden to die in Longyearbyen, Norway. The town's only cemetery closed over 70 years ago because it's so cold that bodies previously buried there have never decomposed. And some still carry traces of an influenza virus that caused an epidemic in 1917. So don't be out there in Longyearbyen, Norway, trying to die, because there ain't no place to bury your ass. They just gonna let you, I don't know, they probably burn your ass up or something. Just spread you amongst the snow. Damn, it's fucked up. It's so damn cold you can't die. Second useless fact this week. Nah, I ain't finna go that way. Second useless fact this week. Mixing alcohol and diet soda gets you 18% more drunk than mixing it with regular soda. It also gets you drunk faster because your body doesn't recognize aspartame as food and alcohol. What the fuck is that? I don't want to use that shit. Okay. The second useless fact this week. Louis Chevrolet, the founder of Chevrolet, died bankrupt and poor working as a mechanic for the company he started. Good history fact, not black history, good history, but god damn, Chevy, they gonna let them niggas do you like that, blood. You got, man, god damn. Miracle Cold Place. Third useless fact this week. There's a phrase for water that splashes up from the toilet when your poop drops in the water. It's called Poseidon's Kiss. So next tomorrow morning when you wake up and you gotta hit the motherfucking head, man, you sit down, you boop. That's a Poseidon kiss. Doza taught you that. And the last useless fact this week: just because you a good nigga, don't mean niggas is gonna do good by you. But that's very fucking useful if you ask the dozer. And until next week, man, y'all already know, man. Show love to who? Your enemy. Why? Because it hurts them more. Tune in to Everything Only for the Real Radio. You can type that shit in wherever you listen to podcasts. Just the O, the N, the L, the Y, the number 4, the T, the H, the EREAL. Type that shit in and do that shit, man. Everything Only for the Real Radio pop up, man. We still got the Cash Over Cloud podcast out there. Y'all can check out season 1. It probably won't be a season 2, but we gonna work on something. We gonna get something popping with them boys, man. Check out the Supreme podcast. Most definitely that there. You got the Street Certified podcast. That shit busting. Everything Only for the Real, man. That's all I can tell you, man. So until we link again, don't be like Diddy, man. Help black people, don't hurt them.